Hi everyone, my name is Lauren Ashman and I'm a part of the recruiting team here at Emerson. I'm thrilled to have a great group of people with me today. We have 4 individuals who recently joined Emerson as a part of our Engineers in Leadership program. Give a little wave as I read off each of your names. Brittany Becker joining us from Columbus, Ohio.
Hello.
Bill McCormick joining us from Austin, Texas.
Hi, everyone.
Elizabeth Morris also joining us from Austin.
Hey.
And Katie Cook joining us from Singapore.
Hi.
We also have one very special guest who's been with Emerson for close to 40 years, Charlie Peters, Emerson's Senior Executive Vice President. Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Lauren. Hello, everyone.
We want to give these newly minted employees the chance to pick Charlie's brain on a variety of subjects. I'll let the engineers and leadership participants have the floor.
So in one of the TED Talks that you recently posted from Tom Borger, I think he mentioned that one of the things that older generations really need to do is kind of overcome their knowledge. I think it's something that's probably easier said than done. So what do you think that we as millennials can do to kind of facilitate opportunities to kind of capitalize upon our inexperience?
So I think you said overcome your knowledge.
So I think that what Tom had said was that a lot of older generations have all of this knowledge, and their knowledge prevents them from wanting to take certain risks because they don't think it's going to work. They don't think that it's okay to make these mistakes. So I think one thing, his point was that you have to let older generations try new things and generate their own knowledge from their experience.
So the Extra Mile with Charlie got about a 4-page letter on this theme last night from a 50-year-old person talking about millennials and how they had a big advantage in that they didn't have any knowledge, and that older generations, baby boomers like myself, were rife with all this knowledge, but it actually inhibited them. And so it's really interesting if you look at older generations, and as the pace of change in the world increases, and again the information age changes everything, knowledge actually can become a disadvantage. And so I like that phrase, overcome your knowledge, because it actually can inhibit you, because things change and how you do things change, and it's difficult to abandon your old ways and learn and adopt new ways. The perfect person is the person that can balance both of them. And so one of the things that he noted in the letter is that millennials don't really have an advantage in that. The fact that you have no knowledge is an advantage, that soon you will develop certain sets of skills, and in not too long a time, you'll be encumbered by the same constraint of not being able to overcome the knowledge that you acquired in these few years. So I thought it was a really interesting take. That's all kind of nice contextual discussion. It's all about taking risk, and you've introduced that word. Are you willing to abandon your comfort zone and really go and find what's new? And kind of the time constant within change, that change is occurring now, is getting to be so short that you're going to actually be able to practice this even after a few years, because how people do things 3 or 4 years from now is actually likely to be very different than the way that you're doing things today. You know, is it Facebook? Is it LinkedIn? Is it Snapchat? Is it Instagram? Is it MySpace? You know, all of those things. It really cascades very, very quickly. And so I think what you need to do is early on in your life develop an affinity for taking risks, for getting out of your comfort zone. And so what I notice is there are baby boomers, and hopefully I'm an example of this, who are willing to do the new things. Now, maybe I have the fortune of having a lot of children that go through these different eras, and I see that. But find a way to take risk and get out of your comfort zone and learn. It requires an openness to to understand that the new way can actually be better. What turns out is that the old ways are better for certain things, the new ways are better for certain things, and the person who can bridge both and find where to apply those is really important. If you want to see a great example of this, big data is the ultimate example of this. I will end my career saying I've never seen something so different as the new ways of big data, which is all about unstructured data, keeping all data, and in a repository, because fundamentally you will not know how you're going to use that data in a few years. So you have to have this faith that some new use for that data has come along. Whereas the instinct of the old structured generation data was figure out how you're going to use data and then structure it for that path and get rid of anything that's not useful because it's very costly to store. That paradigm shift is driving people crazy now, to the point that if we have a big data application, I would much rather have a 23-year-old person who knows nothing than the absolute best person in the world at structured data, because there's a phrase in the world, if all you have is a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. And that's how they really approach the problem. They have the world's biggest hammer in all these techniques, but the problem set has changed because of the explosion of data. So the perfect person is going to be one who masters both and really understand that certain problems structured data approaches apply, and certain problems unstructured approaches work better. So I think the key for you is to bridge this and be open and take risks so you learn all aspects of it, and therefore you become the most valuable potential contributor.